Okay, so today I'm going to show you a very useful strategy when you're preparing to write an essay question. Actually, I like to think of this strategy as a really good strategy for pre-reading too. I always recommend to my students that whenever they're given a test, MCAS, ANET, a test in one of your classes, that the very first thing that the students should do is they should familiarize themselves with the essay that they're going to be asked to answer. So when you do this do what strategy, you very first thing you want to do is you want to create a T-chart. And a T-chart, don't mind my messy stylus writing, a T-chart is just like it sounds. You just want to create the letter T in your screen, and you want to basically prepare to add your thoughts in that area. So then the next thing you want to do is you want to read the entire prompt. Okay, so we're going to use the word prompt because that's a middle school word for an essay question. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to read the prompt because we really want to get an idea of what it's asking us before we actually start writing or trying to write. Because I can't tell you how many times I've had a student who started writing an essay and it was very obvious when I was reading it that that student did not read the prompt, that they didn't really understand what they were being asked to do before they started writing. So this prompt is an MCAS prompt that was given to 6th grade in 2017. I think it's a really good thing for us to use MCAS release prompt because these are the sorts of things that will be assessed on at the end of the year to figure out whether or not we've been able to do a good job in our reading and our writing. So this prompt, we need to read it first before we do anything with it. This question is a text-based essay question. Your essay should provide and develop a central idea, present and develop a central idea, provide essential details from the passage, include correct grammar, spelling, and punctuation. Based on Steerage and Voyage of Hope, Voyage of Tears, write an essay that explains how the lives of immigrants are portrayed. Be sure to use information from both the poem and the article to develop your essay. So notice, I've just read an essay question about a text and I don't even know what these texts are, but I can still do the do what strategy with them. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to put the words do, because I forgot to do that before, and I'm going to put the word what here in a fancy stylus little pen here, and that it got away from me there. Okay, so now I'm going to go up and I'm going to find my verbs. Present is a verb and develop is a verb. Remember, a verb is an action word. It's something that you can do. And then I'm going to look, these are my do words. I'm going to look for my what word. And my what word or phrases, could be more than one word, are always going to be to the right of my verbs. And I'm going to underline them, or if you want to, you can highlight them in 2 different colors. Okay, but I'm going to go through and I'm going to do this with the whole entire text. Now keep in mind is that our do words, you get to know them as you start reading a lot of essays. Include, provide, write, support, explain, describe, right? They tend to be a lot of the same words. So write is a very common one. Okay, and notice I'm finding my what word, an essay that explains how the lives of immigrants are portrayed. Okay, I want to make sure I get that whole piece. Be sure to use, okay, what are we using? Information from both the poem and the article. And what are we developing? We are, went a little over on my circle there, we're developing our essay. Okay, so now if I go down here, guys, I'm going to put this text down here. If we go down here, now I'm going to put my do words. Okay, we're going to develop. Okay, I'm just going back up and I'm finding the words that I circled. We're providing. We're including, I'm just looking for my circled words. I'm just going back to what I already did in my prompt. We're using and we're developing. Notice they use that word twice. Now we're going to go over here. I'm going to lift my pencil, my pen. I'm going to go over here. And now I want to look and say, okay, so what am I presenting or developing? I'm developing a central idea, okay, which is another word for main idea. What am I providing? I'm providing evidence and details from the text, okay? I'm going to go make this a little bit bigger so I can keep it all in one line. What am I going to do next? Okay, so I'm including. What am I including? I'm including correct. Now notice I'm getting it all from up here. Grammar, okay, usage, or grammar, spelling, excuse me. Would help if I spelled it correctly. And punctuation. Okay, so notice I'm just going back and creating this chart for myself. I'm including, what am I including? Oh, I just did that one, sorry. And write, what am I writing? An essay that explains how immigrants' lives were, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so I can keep it all in one line, portrayed, which means described. Okay, so I'm just going to keep that all on one line there for me. And I'm going to use information from both texts. And last but not least, what am I going to develop? Your essay. So now if you look, guys, I have gone through the steps of the do what process, and I've created an outline that's going to tell me what I need to do. Do what I need to do. Okay, notice now it's flipped. I need to present and develop a central idea. I need to provide evidence and details from the text. I need to include correct grammar, spelling, and punctuation. I need to write an essay that explains how immigrants' lives were portrayed, and I need to use information from both texts, and I need to develop my essay. So it's told me step by step what I need to do, and it's also helped me figure out what I'm looking for in the text. So what I'm looking for in the text, guys, is right here. How are immigrants' lives portrayed? So I know what I'm looking for when I'm highlighting and lifting lines and pulling evidence from my text. Now, what I love about the do-what strategy is it helps us before we read and before we write, but it also helps you after you write, because it enables you to go back, and when you're done writing your essay, you can reread your essay, and you can go back and you can literally make sure that you did everything. Did you present and develop a central idea? Did you provide evidence? Did you have correct spelling and punctuation? Did you write an essay? Yes. Or maybe you didn't, right? Did you use information? No, maybe you didn't put information from both texts. So now you need to go back and do that later. This is a strategy that helps you in all stages of informational reading and writing. And the more that you use it, the better you're going to get at being able to find those do words and understand essay prompts. And the better you get at understanding essay prompts, the better you're going to get at guided reading. Reading with a purpose, so you make sure you pull out only what you need. This may seem like it takes more time, but I can assure you that doing this one thing will save you a ton of time. Because here's what you don't want to happen. You don't want to have happen that you write an entire essay and get to the end and find out that you did not do what you were supposed to do. Or worse, you thought you did what you were supposed to do, you submit your essay, and you wind up getting a poor or failing grade. This strategy will keep you on track, and it will focus your reading, and it will make you a successful reader and writer.